just can't lie. It's the speed and the sound that I'm dying to try. My, just can't lie. It's the love of the chase that created the ride.
Greetings, race fans, and welcome to the virtual Richmond Raceway for round 3 of Jackal Racing Season 10 and the Jackal Racing Cup Series. I'm your host for today's event, Crimson Incel, and I'm joined by Savage. Hello, Savage. And we're ready to go night racing for 150 laps, 200 miles of good short track racing in the Jackal Racing Cup Series. On the pole tonight is Super Soldier in the 8 car, and alongside him on the front row on the outside is Brody. Savage. That's what do you say we start interviews?
Yeah, let's go for it.
All right, we'll start with our pole sitter, Super Soldier. Hello, Super.
Hello.
You started on the pole here in Richmond.
Yes,
after finishing, was it second in the Daytona 250, an up and down day at Atlanta. I think you got a pretty good finish. Here you are on the pole in
wouldn't
Richmond.
say that. Yeah, on the pole at Richmond, had a rough time at it. Well, I didn't have a rough time at Atlanta. I led most of the race at the beginning and then kind of fell off because people couldn't keep it together. But yeah, I set the pole at Richmond, and I'm excited, man.
Yeah, of course, long race, 200 laps, 150 miles. But this race has routinely been a pretty good one, especially 2 seasons ago. It was a great show. Here you are on the pole. You have Brody alongside of you, one of the rookies. You've voiced some concerns about the rookies throughout multiple races this season. How do you feel about having one on your outside?
Well, when it comes down to the rookies, it's really about who it is and how they drive and what they can do. Because as somebody who's been racing the league for a while, and I bet all the other guys can attest to this. I mean, you can hold it together. We've been driving long enough; you can hold the car together most of the time. These rookies, not so much. But Brody's usually pretty good about it. He can hold the car together. He puts practice laps down, so I trust him being out there.
All right, cool. Savage, do you have anything for Super?
How are you going to manage the restarts? Are you going to be worried about people diving to your inside, trying to make moves around the outside?
Well, especially at Richmond, with it being such a short track, there's also a lot of length around the track, width, for us to make space for each other. So I'm going to expect drivers to give room and not be too pushy. But this is Jackal and row racing, so what are you going to do, right?
Yeah. All right, well, good luck out there, bud.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah. Yeah, good luck. All right. Next up, let's interview the very man on his outside, Brody, in the number 3. I believe he drives for, that's Shocks, I think. Let's bring him up. Hello, Brody. How are you doing?
Hi, what's up? I'm doing great.
Yeah, you're on the outside of the front row here in Richmond. How do you feel about that? Do you think you're going to be able to stay up there, and or are you worried about getting caught up in traffic later in this race?
I have a strategy going into this is that I need to be as careful as possible, and that seems to get me where I want to be. So, no, I don't think I should make any risky moves, especially with someone as clean as Soldier. So, me and Soldier pretty good friends off track, so I wouldn't scrap him up in a wreck. But I'd say that I would just have to take it carefully and calculated.
All right, cool. Before I hand it over to Savage, I did want to ask, you don't have a lot of experience yet, but you've had some good drives. Some stuff has gone wrong. You managed to put together a decent finish at Atlanta after getting wrecked by yours truly. Um, but you managed to put together a decent finish. How are you going to take some of the momentum that you're trying to build more on that momentum today, and set up for a long and a good long season?
I mean, you just gotta be consistent as well, but obviously I have other things to do later in the season. That is, but besides that, I'm pretty much confident whenever I go into these tracks that I am able to perform somewhat well and show flashes of what I have as well considered talent. But it's been great. I love this league already, and luckily this is gonna be like a pretty good showing for me, honestly.
All right, Savage, have anything for Brody?
How are you going to manage this race? Are you going to try to go for the lead as soon as possible, or are you going to just lay back, save your stuff, wait till the end?
Now, if I were to be dumb, I would have pushed on lap one and burned up all my sets, but that's not the way that I like to play the game. So, I like to stay back, try to conserve, and try to actually be happy, instead of burning through all my sets and being depressed in the back and crying my eyes out.
All right, then. Well, good luck to you today, Brody.
Cheers, you too, on commentary.
All right, do we have time for one more interview? All right, seems not. All right, it's time to get rolling here in Richmond. It's a long one, 200 laps, 150 miles. Gotta keep in it the whole time. And we could see, I mean, depending on how these guys drive this, how these guys drive today, I mean, we could start with a long green flag run. We could get one in the middle, and that's going to change the dynamic of this race a lot. Depending on how these guys begin to depending on how these guys drive, I mean, we could see so many different outcomes. You could see, I mean, I've seen multiple times in practice here, drivers would drive a little too hard into turn one, slide up the track into the wall, and that could, especially on a restart, that could wreak havoc on the field. But at the same time, if these guys play it safe, like we heard Brody plans on playing it safe, staying conservative throughout this race, keeping his car clean, being there at the end. If the field's mentality throughout this race, if the entire field has that mentality, we start out with a long green flag run, it's going to be a fun one.
I am interested to see how the start of the race will go, because I have a feeling that some of the guys towards the back want to get some track position early on while everyone's trying to save their stuff.
Yeah, I can see some of those guys further in the back trying to make up position early. I mean, Sleesher in the 21, he's starting far back. We've seen aggression all season long from middle lane Matt in the 26. There's so many. I mean, Trainwreck hasn't had a wonderful start to his season. Could we see some momentum build today in Richmond? But as we're just a moment away from rolling off pit road and getting ready to go green. Super Soldier, Brody at your front row. Quite an interesting duo. Super Soldier, of course, part of the winning team for the Daytona 250. His teammate Lightning finished just ahead of him in the Daytona 250. A 1-2 for that team. Brody, a rookie, not much experience, but he's shown flashes of brilliance. What can he do today? That's your front row. Cars are finally rolling off, Savage.
Can't wait to see how this one plays out for these guys. Wondering if weather will be any concern today.
I've seen in practice, there is the potential of rain here in Richmond. Flat short track, these drivers have 3 sets along with their starting set of dries, and of course 3 sets of wet tires if we do have rain for this race. And that could change the whole dynamic of everything even more.
If rain does come, we'll see completely different drivers up the front, or we could see the same guys depending on how good they are in the rain with wet weather tires.
I mean, who knows how much a lot of these guys have in terms of experience in the wet. As this is 1 to green, we'll see the field doubling up this time. Coma, Brian, row 2. Row 3 is the 41 of Rares, along with the 76. It's Apollo, Trainwreck, Kreesum, Matt, Sleesher, 2 rows behind them. There's your first 5 rows. Super Soldier and Brody, the front row, leading the field towards the green flag in Richmond. It is go time for race 3 of Jackal Racing Season 10. We're underway in Richmond. Got in the wall down that backstretch. That was Brody. Lost a few positions. That takes Coma in the 38 up to second place. And here he comes, looking at the lead from Super Soldier.
Back. People are being very dicey on this first start of the race. Already making 3 wide moves. Starting to get double filed back out and trying to get into a single file line. This back of the pack is just a constant fight for position.
Yeah, finally figuring it out. We see the 9 car. That was, I just blanked on his name. The 9 car, Brian. Dove it in a little on, I think that was the 35 and 3 and 4. A little east of the bumper. Doesn't hurt anyone. There's Ship in the 82 for IR Motorsports in the back. He's looking to make out some position tonight. As, whoa, sideways between Apollo and Brian. The field's finally starting to file out. Into turn 1, Sleesher looking to the inside of Matt. Matt manages to close the door on it.
Super Soldier with an outstanding lead in these first 4 laps over Trainwreck in the 88.
Yeah, Trainwreck, he started pretty deep in the field, but he's worked his way up to second place. Great start to this race, but don't burn your stuff up too early. It's a long one, 200 laps.
And then Rares in third, coming off that win in Atlanta. A lot of momentum for this team. Well, I wonder if they'll do something good today.
Yeah, it was an up and down day in Atlanta, but at the end, it worked out, and Rares managed to win in that number 41 Chevrolet. Here's Matt. I believe Matt has had quite a few arguments with quite a few people, but he has a drive to win, and that's what brings it. That's what brings all of those disagreements. And I think one of those disagreements came with the car right in front of them, in Rares.
Matt gets the inside of Rares coming off of turn 4. Will he clear down into turn 1? Yes, he will. Does Rares go for the switchback? No, he gets to the bumper, but not quite enough.
Matt almost into the wall, slow exit. Rares, Sleesher being brought right back up to him. 3 cars under a blanket. Rares giving the bump. Sleesher manages to slip down to the inside of the 41. What a pass.
Can Sleesher carry that momentum off forward down into 1 and make a pass on Matt?
And while this is happening, we have a battle for the lead building. Here's Trainwreck to the inside of Super for the race lead.
Sleesher clears Matt coming off of turn 2. This battle's starting to heat up. And right behind him, 4 cars under 1 blanket. Kreesum, Coma, Bolt, and Rares.
Lots of cars moving up through this field early on. Kreesum Speaking to the inside of Rares, that shallow entry though, that could hurt him here.
Whoa,
In the
Viola
center
down
and
pit
on
road.
exit. Nine laps complete in Richmond. Prism to the inside of Matt looking for another position. He's going to get it, and Coma is going to take advantage of the situation. He's to the
Now
inside
look
of the
at
26
Sleesher.
and going to complete the pass.
Sleesher all the way up to second.
Super Soldier's now slipped 2 positions. He's either saving his stuff or he potentially could have started burning his stuff up a little too early. Potentially this 21 and 88, they could just be pushing right now, not worrying about saving their resources for a later time. Right now, build track position, build laps led. The fight right now could be for most laps led.
I do believe that Super Soldier is just laying off and letting everybody burn their stuff up. He's dropped another position and now Kreesum to the inside of Super Soldier.
Yeah, I don't think Super's really fighting too hard for position right now. I wouldn't either. It's lap 12 out of 200 in this race. It's a long one. Just keep your car clean. Keep your stuff together. We saw lap 1. Brody got into the wall, lost multiple positions. He's right now mired in the back. And we know he has the pace to be fighting for the lead, but he got in the wall lap 1, got buried into the pack, and hasn't been able to recover since. He's to the inside of the 34 Pink. Down into turn 1. Field mostly single filed out. Kreesum looking to the inside of Brody as the 21 of Sleesher gets into the wall. Kreesum peeking to the bottom of the 41. Looking to make the first 3 positions, looking to make second and third place XMS. Kreesum has to, the 41 car isn't an easy car to pass though. Kreesum has to be smart about it. Doesn't want to get caught up in trouble early on.
Sleesher has closed the gap on Trainwreck for the lead. I feel like a pass is going to come in the next few laps here.
He's closing the gap. Trainwreck's either laying off or Sleesher's found something. I think Sleesher's found something. I mean, look at this line. He just looks, I mean, both of these leaders, they look in so much control of their race car. They look super stable. And we're opening up this race with a decent green flag run already, and it couldn't go longer.
Oh, car sideways in the back of 35 of Bolt. Can he get it back going? Yes, he can.
Get it back going.
It's
Now
a
those
huge
tires
loss of
probably
position.
really hot, and that's gonna. So now he has to focus on cooling those tires. If he doesn't cool these tires, they're gonna get hot. He's gonna lose more and more grip. It's just gonna lead to spin after spin after spin. There's another one down into turn 1, and
he does it again. Oh, hard hit for the 35.
So I'm trying to figure it out. Needs to stay
it
down
back
on the
going
apron
for-
here. Here come the leaders. Four leaders under a blanket. They managed to get by Bolt, but those tires on Bolt are so hot. He can't control the car anymore. Every
Sleesher
turn he's
to the
sliding,
inside of
sliding again
Trainwreck.
out of the corner.
Can Sleesher clear Trainwreck down into turn 1? He can. Oh, the bumper.
Bolt sliding in a bad spot this time. Turn 1, middle of the track. Here comes Coma, piles in, collects the 8. They both keep it straight. He's still in the middle of the track, and there's
he
Brody.
Collected Brody, and there's the caution.
First caution of the day. Oh, and Ship drives straight into him.
Middle lane Matt just drove straight into the back of Brody. Couldn't see him from the smoke. Big engine damage for that 26 X-side machine.
And there's your race back. And it was just a chain reaction. After that first spin from the 35, it just kept getting worse. The tires were hot. He had no grip. Every corner we saw him slide. Eventually he slid down that front straightaway, was in the middle of the track in turn 1. Nothing Brody could do, nothing Matt could do, and they get collected in it.
Got a feel for Brody. He got involved in that wreck while just trying to stay in the back and save his stuff till the end.
And that closes out a 20-lap green flag run to open up the Richmond 150. Bolt is still trying to get it figured out.
Bolt might get lapped under pacing if he can't figure this out soon.
And here come the leaders. He's still on the apron trying to figure it out. And he's lapped. A disaster for Bolt in the first 20.
And as pit road is open.
Race.
Oh, he's gonna block Brody from pitting.
And he
What
doesn't
is-
pit himself.
You gotta ask, what is the 35 car's plan right here?
I think it's
Oh, and
the
he
hot
wrecks it
tires.
again!
He can't- Oh no!
Oh, he's
I think
gonna
it's
nose
the
it into
hot
the wall.
tires. I don't think he has the grip to get into pit road.
He parks it right in front of
He
Rares.
parked it in front of Rares.
Something is obviously very wrong with this 35 car.
Anyway, car's getting off of pit road. Sleesher nearly drives into the 35 on the apron to turn 2. Heads up. Last car's on pit road. Matt and that 95 of Wood. Matt gonna get off, stay on the lead lap. And he slides it out. That's a way to heat your tires.
Certainly is. I'd be worried about damaging your tires, though,
Oh
doing
no!
that.
Super Soldier got caught in the pit wall. Oh, just a really chaotic yellow flag period. Everything's happening. And did Super Soldier get any damage from that contact with the pit wall?
I think he might have.
If he did, that's catastrophic. And he is going
Yeah,
to
he's
pull
coming
into
down pit road. Terrible set of circumstances for the 8 car of Super Soldier. Just came off of pit road, was sitting in 3rd, now has to make another trip down.
How's that going to alter his race? Can he make it back up to the front? He has the pace, but I mean, now he's in the back. The back of the field, especially on these restarts, is chaotic. You can get caught up in wreck after wreck after wreck. Super now is going to be restarting in the back, the very opposite end of the field than he started the race on. Anywho, I believe we're coming to 1 to green this time, and it'll be Rares and Trainwreck on the front, assuming Trainwreck goes to whatever lane Rares isn't on. It's 2 to green. Here's Bolt getting a lap back. He will be back on the lead lap.
I feel like the turns are starting to get a little bit rubbered up here. I wonder if that's going to start affecting how these cars handle.
Oh, it will. The rubber, it is not, the rubber is not your friend. It will make the track super slick, especially down here on that bottom where it is getting rubbered up. We're going to see the groove move up the track as this race goes on. Of course, if it rains, it'll wash the rubber away. And under these caution periods on cold tires, as Trainwreck moves up to the top, Rares has picked the bottom. But under caution, with the cold tires, you are picking up rubber as well. So this caution is going to preserve that bottom lane for just a little bit longer. Drivers finishing up warming their tires for a restart here. We'll be going back green on lap 28 of 200 in Richmond. Here we go, approaching the restart zone. Rares controls the field. We're back underway, and we're short check racing again. And in turn one, Sleesher slid up the track, loose, keeps it straight. Top three positions filed out. Chevy, Ford, Ford. Here comes the Toyota. Sleesher right to the bottom of Como, wasting no time to get back in it.
Does the 88 of Trainwreck have something for the 41 of Rares? Looking low. Doesn't have the grip, slides up the track. 41 with a better exit, pulling away.
And they're still picking up some rubber on the bottom of the track, some pretty cold tires still. So this track's pretty much going to become green again. And we'll have to see how this race plays out now. The track it's pretty much a green track. There's only a little bit of rubber left.
Trainwreck just seems to be searching for the rubber, apparently. It looks like he's just trying to get the track cleaned off right now before he makes any real charge at Rares.
I mean, he peaks low there, makes a drive to the quarter. Not quite enough. Rare stays clear. Further back, that's Coma, Creasum, and Pink. 3 cars under a blanket.
88 to the inside of the 41 of Rares. Side by side down the back straightaway. 41 is going to back out and let him clear. Oh, the switch
back down to the bottom. Moves
Sleesher to the inside of the 88.
Wasted no time.
Trainwreck's not going to be happy about that.
Oh, he's going to
Oh, yeah.
He moves the 21 out of the way, and he's probably going for that 41 car. It's too early in the race to be making a move like that. And now all of the front of the field is right with each other.
I'm liking what that 88 car's doing. He's arcing the entry of the corner and carrying more center roll speed than that 41. He's been gaining on the 41 for a few laps now. Would have made the pass, but the 41 just a very hard pass to make.
He sent it down onto the apron in turn 3. One car, that's wrecking, I think. That's Bolt again. No, that's Apollo. Spun it around in turns 3 and 4. Now at the back of the field, she had some lag. She's going slow in 1 and 2. Back up front, the 41 and 88 still right with each other. Trainwreck, the way
88's going to have a better exit.
He gets so much speed on the exit to the bumper of the 41. Rare's loosed on the backstretch. Oh, and he's going to... Oh, no. He drives up the track.
Rare's lost his priority on keeping the lead and trying to just not let Trainwreck pass, but he let the 21 and the 34 by on the inside.
Trainwreck giving the bumper to the 41, though. It's not over. 2 wide, 2 rows deep. Rares gets the run off. Sleesher clear for the lead.
Rares giving the bumper.
Sleesher's parking it.
Rares is not looking to make any friends today out there. Giving anybody who just dares to make a move on him the bumper.
He gets to the
3 wide for the lead. for a brief moment inside to the 21, trying to make a move. Rares is looking like he wants to lead every lap of this thing.
Wouldn't blame him, that most laps led bonus. It's a pretty point.
We were wondering what Super Soldier was going to do coming out of the... having to make another run down pit road. He's already back up into 7th after starting dead last.
Yeah, making a great comeback, driving through the field. He's to the back bumper of Coma. You should probably see him. Yeah, he's doing the same thing Trainwreck's doing to a lesser degree, but you see him, he enters it just a little bit high, arcs it down in the middle of the corner, and he can roll. Oh, one car sliding, that's the 34 of Pink. Into the wall. Oh, goes down almost on Brody, parks it in front of Brian. How much did Pink heat those tires? Doesn't look too bad. Rares out front with the lead. Sleesher, Prism, Trainwreck behind, and Super Soldier got past Coma and is catching up to these top 4.
Sleesher tried to dive it in deep on the 41. Now the 88 is to the inside of the 29. Will we see Creason try to do a crossover down here into turn 1? No, he's just going to let the 88 have it.
Able to wrap the bottom so well. I mean, he'd have to give the bumper to get the 88 out of line there. Trainwreck is just able to wrap the line perfectly, not allow Creason that preferred inside groove. But the track's rubbering up again, so the inside slowly is going to become less of an advantage, and we'll see the outside start to come into play. This groove should widen up here in the coming laps, assuming this race stays green.
Trainwreck just looks like a man on a mission right now. He wants to get back to that 41 of Rares, try to pay him back a little bit. To the inside of Sleesher. Sleesher, the back end of that car is just all over the place, super loose in the rubber.
He could. I'm wondering if maybe he's burnt up just a little too much of his stuff trying to be in the lead, and now that's getting to him. You can see how loose it is. It probably isn't helping that he's getting a little bit of help from the front bumper of Creason, some aero loose potentially. Creason's staying off of him though. These XMS Toyotas, they gotta keep it out of each other, keep it clean. Infighting's the last thing that the team needs. I mean, they're such a powerhouse organization in this league, and if they start arguing with each other, wrecking each other, that's gonna get ugly. Creason to the outside of the 21. I believe Sleesher has burnt up his tires, and so that's why he's sliding around, and that's why we just saw Creason make the outside work. That's one of the first passes on the top that we've seen made all day.
Super Soldier just got up into the wall off turn 4. I was wondering if that side-by-side battle with Sleesher and Creason would bring him in. It did, but he got a little bit too greedy trying to make that pass while they were battling.
Still staying on the bottoms, keeping it clean. Peeking to the bottom of the 21. Super Soldier's gonna give him a light bump, move him out of the way to the bottom, but I don't know if he can make it stick. No, he can. Sleesher and those worn tires. And this is the beginning of a long downward slide for the 21. Here comes Coma. One car had a
You're
white
side by side for the lead.
Trainwreck, Rares, Creason's getting brought back into the picture. Trainwreck running the top, able to stay ahead of the 41. One car sliding, and it's Bolt. And he backs up in front of the leaders!
Oh! Dangerous spot for him to be sitting at.
He keeps it on the apron. Oh, he nearly drives up into Brody.
Oh, Rares burned his stuff up, just super loose on entry. Lost another spot to Creasum, and now it's in the hands of Super Soldier, who's looking to make a move to the inside right here.
Super Soldier sends it down into the
Muscles it
inside.
by him, gets clear. Will Rares try to pay him back? He's been using that bumper all day. Just doesn't have the grip to drive it in.
I think Super drove it a little deeper into that corner just to stay off of Rare's bumper.
Brian in the 9 car is coming down pit road.
Wondering if this is the beginning of a green flag cycle, or did he just burn up his stuff and he needs to come on in? I think it might be a little early to be making their first pit stop of the day. I mean, right now, what this it pretty much guarantees that Brian, if he continues going on this strategy, he'll make his final stop around lap 150. He will be making his final stop around lap 150 and running 50 laps in that final set.
I believe this is forcing the field's hand to pit right here as Ship comes down pit road. Sleesher is on pit road as well, just finished his stop up. I think they're right at the beginning mark of, if you're at the back and you're struggling, make a pit stop now. You're at your number. I think you can make a stop and not have to worry about it too much. These cold tires, though, coming off pit road, they're definitely going to take off some rubber.
Yeah, and look at the tire difference. I'm watching this 21 of Sleesher. Look at the tire difference between him and Matt down into turn 1.
We had a pass for a lead. Creasem to the inside of Trainwreck for the lead. And Super Soldier right on both of their bumpers.
Yeah, I'm wondering if this, if staying out, running it long on these tires like these leaders are doing is going to work. Or is the undercut from the back of the field going to turn out to be the strategy? I mean, right now, I'm watching Sleesher, and as long as he can conserve his tires a little better than he did on the first lap, I mean,
Super Soldier down pit
that
road.
first run, he burned up his stuff just... Yeah, on that first run, Sleesher burned up his stuff just a little bit too much. If he can save a little better this run, with the current advantage of pace on his tires, I'm wondering if that undercut is the strategy. This 21 is looking real promising. He's gaining a whole lot of time on these leaders right now. No, Bolt was sliding again down the backstretch. And those tires are hot. You can see how much the 35 is struggling. This is just not his day.
Bolt's just not had a good day. 3 laps down.
Look at that. The rear
wrecked
end is
earlier.
just completely out of the track. I'm still watching Sleesher. I'm pretty sure he is leading the group on new tires, and he is looking mighty fine right now. And wow, I believe that was Matt that went for a slide down through turns 1 and 2. These old tires are starting to get tricky for some of these guys. Super Soldier has backed off from the lead group.
We're going to see the 9 car on fresh tires just easily get around these leaders. Tires are definitely the play to go. I think the people that did the undercut are going to be in a better position than these leaders that are running long right now.
Yeah, but if you
As
can't
Apollo
run it long,
comes down
you're
quickly.
putting less laps on your last set of tires, which may help them if we get a late race caution.
Oh, we got a wreck. Pink
There's the
around.
caution.
I believe Pink and ZL Wood got into it
And
a little bit.
Trainwreck just got wrecked too. Oh, right in front of Matt. No, he's collected multiple cars sliding all at the same time. And the field just flew apart all on one lap. We have a blown engine further in the back. There's Race Back, Kreesum, Rares, Coma, I believe, are your top 3. And Ship has a blown engine. And number 82, IR Motorsports, Black Pig Chevrolet Camaro. He's had a really quiet day. He's not really been up there for position, but here's a blown engine, and that's not something you want to see.
Super Soldier with the lucky dog.
If anyone pit right before that caution, this is fantastic for them. Otherwise, I think these guys that ran it long now, they can pit and they'll have better tires than the guys
I wonder if
who
this
undercut.
is what they were
This
waiting
could be
for, a
good
caution.
this next run. Yeah, I think they were betting on this caution here.
Betting on a caution, and it worked. Pit road is open this time. Should see the leaders that have not, and people that have not pit come down this time. We are. Trainwreck is just pushing Coma into pit road.
One car in the wall bouncing off. I believe that was Elwood in the number 95 Red Bull Chevy. Who's gonna get off pit road first? It's looking like Kreesum potentially. When does Coma get off? Not quick enough. Kreesum easily is gonna win the race. Off. And Coma.
We saw it with Super Soldier, but he had to start all the way at the back. Now these guys on fresh tires, how are they going to get through this field?
It's going to be pretty impressive. I think they're gonna blast through this field. By now, Sleesher's on slightly old tires. He's probably burned through 5-10% on it. I mean, I don't know how much these tires are wearing right now. So how are we gonna see? I don't think these guys that undercut wanted this caution at all. I think this is gonna be real bad for them.
Oh, and Ship just entered a closed pit road. Oh, that's going to be a penalty.
As he makes his illegal pit stop. Kreesum is going to pick the bottom here on this restart. Coma up to the top. And then it's Pink, another one of the front row guys. And Trainwreck, Rares, Super, Kreesum. A lot of the field staying down on the bottom. They're figuring themselves out, but we're ready to go back racing at lap 65 for the restart. Field in the hands of the 29 of Kreesum. Him and his Firebirds Toyota Camry lead the field back to the green flag in Richmond.
Come with a better launch on the outside. They're going to be side by side going into turn 1. Oh, Kreesum misses the bottom, runs high.
4 wide. For just a
wide to the lead.
Kreesum's in the wall. Absolute pandemonium. Here comes the 26 of Matt. Flying down to the inside of Rares, and he's going to take second place.
Chaos with cold and worn tires. Split strategy. This is just chaos.
Everyone figuring themselves out. Here's Bolt in the 35, looking to get his race back together, looking to have a good run this time. He is multiple laps down, but if he has the pace, he could potentially pass the leader, get 1 lap back, and if then there's a quick caution, he can get another. That's the goal right now for this 35 car, but Trainwreck's out in the lead. Matt, side by side with the 41 of Rares, drives past him on the top. 4 cars under a blanket for the race lead. Matt's gonna drive it down to the bottom of the 88. The Fords side by side.
Matt trying to get that lap back. Rares to the inside of Trainwreck. Backs out wisely.
So now Matt's back on the lead lap as long as he can stay ahead of this 88 car.
Rares to the inside for a half second. Can't get the drive off. Coma to his outside right now, battling for second. Coma looking to try a switchback coming off the turn 2. Can't do it. Lap car's in the way. 3 wide. Rares to the inside of Matt.
Right now,
Battling
Matt
for the lead with a lap car in the way.
And here comes Bolt into the picture. He's trying to get one of his laps back.
Rares clears the lead.
Oh, he bounced
Oh,
off
hit the pit
inside
wall.
Oh, and he
Oh,
no,
no.
Matt's in it.
Matt.
Oh, and he drives in front of the 95.
Oh, no.
And he just blew Zellwood's engine doing that. Oh, no.
There's the race back. It's a horrible turn of events with the lap cars racing into leaders.
For sure. This caution if we can. What do you say we interview Kreesum?
Sure, let's go for it.
Alright.
Kreesum
So,
sitting
let's
in
get
fourth.
him up here. Hey, Kreesum, it's Crips and Savage up here in the Jackal booth. You got us.
Yes, sir.
Well, that last restart was pretty chaotic.
Oh, yeah.
I believe you led the field to the green there. Didn't last long. 3 wide racing. You got in the wall. It was 4 wide for a moment. Just what happened there? What was going through your mind?
My main instinct was throughout the whole pace laps was just to warm up my tires, and coming to the restart zone they cooled off significantly for some reason. Probably because I wasn't weaving, but then again, leading the green. Get it fired up, get to the inside, just can't get it turned. Felt like the rear end was going to kick out, so I ended up sliding up into coma. And that whole fiasco just happened right then and there.
Yeah, you've had a pretty good day today, though. You've been up front. How do you feel about your confidence in closing one out and winning here today in Richmond?
Just gotta keep it clean. Keep it clean. Just run my line, run my laps. Don't worry about everyone else, and hopefully I'll be there at the end.
All right, Savage, do you have anything for Kreesum before we let him go?
I got nothing. Good luck, and hopefully you don't wreck right here. Seems to be a common trend.
All right, thank you.
No, thank you. Good luck.
As pit stops happen, Apollo entered a closed pit road. That's going to be a penalty, and Super Soldier sped on pit. I'm sorry, not Super Soldier. Trainwreck sped on pit road, so he's going to be towards the back of the pack. Can he climb through the field like Super Soldier did earlier?
We're 1 to green, and we are all doubled up. The 41 of Rares picks the bottom as he's going to lead the field to the green. Coma on his outside in the 38. Pretty familiar scenes. Super Soldier's back up there. Kreesum on the top. Hopefully this restart goes better for him. Pink in the 34. Sleesher in the 21 on slightly older tires. Let's see what happens here as we get ready to go back racing in Richmond. Here we go. Green flag. We're back underway on lap 75 of 200 in Richmond 150.
Rare's running Coma high on the restart. Super Soldier to the bottom for second. Backs out so they're not 3 wide down the straightaway. That's going to hurt his exit a ton.
Prism already.
Oh,
one car
Rare
sliding!
slides from the
Rare!
lead.
And he's slow, and he checks up everyone, and they're going 4 wide, just barely down the front straightaway. Sleesher wasted no time, take advantage of the slow cars in front of him, up to 3rd.
Rares is just sliding on these tires.
And look who's made his way back up towards the front end of the field. The 3 car of Brody finally is starting to get past some guys, get back in this thing.
You go 3 wide for 4th. Trainwreck up here after speeding on pit road.
Always finds his way to the front pretty quickly. It's quiet and fast. Here comes the 8 of Super Soldier, your pole sitter. To the inside of the 88, a little bit of contact. 3
Makes
wide.
a move. Oh, and they're 3 wide, stacking up.
Sleesher's gonna get the best out of that. Front of the field, finally single filed out. Brody gets past the 35 of Bolton. Man, Bolt's had a rough day, but he's still going for it. 2 laps down now instead of 3. Stuff's starting to maybe look up.
First time today, Coma is out front in that Red Bull car.
Yeah, he's been quietly up towards the front end of this field all race long. Here he is now finally leading in Richmond as we approach the halfway point.
Creasem just wrapping up better bottom than that 38. But the 38 just has a way better exit.
Sleesher looking towards the bottom. Yeah, he drives in so much deeper, but that just sacrifices so much exit speed. Coma's able to extend the gap again and stay pretty much even every lap. And look at that lunge from the 41 of Rares, trying to make up time and get back to the lead.
Creasem in just one corner.
Or fighting for so long this race.
Creasem in one corner, closed the gap, and is now making a pass to lead. Rares with a huge dive to the inside of the 38. Wonder if that was intentional or he just got loose. Looked like the back end was starting to step out halfway through the corner.
I think he drives it in a little deep every corner. I think that time it was a little too greedy. Tucker see most laps led. Rares with most laps led. He's been up front this whole race fighting for the race lead, but right now he's stuck fighting for 3rd. Now he's down to 4th.
Big moment for the 41 right there. Just was side by side with Trainwreck and just lost 2 spots.
Yeah. We haven't seen a lot of the Fords and Toyotas so far this season. The Daytona 150, lots of Chevy success, and Chevrolet obviously up front throughout the vast majority of that race. Won the race, 1-2 for one Chevy team in that race. And then Atlanta, Rares won it. We haven't been able to see Ford or Toyota close one out yet. Chevy just had quite a tight grip on the season so far, but now it looks like it's starting to change a little. The first 3 positions are Toyota, Ford, and Ford. Then it's a Chevy, and then another Ford and Toyota. So they have pace today. Can they close one out? And by the way, as we've been talking, the clouds here in Richmond have gotten thicker. So could we see precipitation come and change the course of this race?
I'm wondering what will happen first. If we potential for weather or the guarantee of lap cars. Matt looking to be the first one to go another lap down. About a half a straightaway until the leader gets to him.
I think these lappers are going to be the first obstacle. But I don't know. The clouds have been getting thicker. And we've heard there is no rain on the way. It's just cloudy. So for now, we're in the clear for weather.
Dark and gloomy, going to cool things off, going to change the way these cars drive a little bit.
continuing to look at that rubber. When are we going to see the track finally switch? That rubber isn't going to be everyone's friend for much longer. Eventually, we'll see cars moving up the track. I mean, we've seen them move up maybe half a groove. They want the right sides in the cleaner part of the track. The left sides can stay in the rubber, but we've seen the groove move up a tiny bit over the course of this race, but not too drastically. Will we see cars up in that third lane making it work at some point?
Now we see Zeal making an unscheduled pit stop.
One
Pit stop's
of
finished, but
many
he's just
in this
sitting there.
race for him. He's pitting again. If he took tires on this last stop and he took tires here, I don't think he can make it to the end on tire. I mean, man, every pit stop he's been making has been an unscheduled one, I'm pretty sure. He's going to come out just in front of Matt, who is going to be lapped here shortly. Here comes Crazen in the 29, your race leader. Matt going another lap down. One car sliding in turn 3.
How's Rares going around?
We keep it green. That's tough for Rares. And now I mean, how hot are those tires? Does this start one of those chain reactions we've seen so many times, especially from Bolt? I mean, right now it looks like he has control of that car. Up front, though, Kreesum still leads the way, but Trainwreck is pounding on the bumper of that 29 car.
Behind them, Hank is trying to get around Matt in the 26 car. Matt was on track to be the lucky dog until the last set of cautions came out, and he got involved. Unfortunate set of circumstances for him. Now 2 laps down, and Bolt is about a half a straightaway behind him. I wonder if he's going to get there. Looks like he's been turning out some really good laps.
Yeah, because right now, Bolt and Matt are the only 2 cars that can fight for the lucky dog position. Right now, Matt holds it. So if there's a caution, Matt's in a good place. But Bolt, he has some work to do if he wants that lucky dog and to be able to pit and get a lap back here. As we approach the halfway point, we're just 6.5 laps away.
Trainwreck's taking the lead from Kreesum.
Kreesum's probably happy though. Good stint in the lead. He's still up front in second. Let Trainwreck have this. Don't fight too hard for it. Don't burn up your stuff fighting. It's still a long race. We're not even halfway. We're close, but we're not even halfway. And so begins Trainwreck's stint of leading here in Richmond. And the clouds are still getting thicker, but we've heard no rain is on the way currently. It's just cloudy. But, I mean, surely some drivers are looking at that and going, are you sure? Are you sure that it's just clouds?
It's looking like Zeal would have had to park the car due to lag issues. Really unfortunate day for him.
Yeah, he just hasn't had a lot of good luck. I mean, he won the pole at Atlanta, but very quickly that race didn't go his way. Back in the field for most of it, wrecking. It wasn't a good day for him. Daytona had some flashes of brilliance, but again, not a great day for him. And now he's gonna park it for lag in Richmond. Kreesum is closing the gap again on the 88 of Trainwreck.
And the fight for most laps led is on right now.
Especially because, I mean, now Rares, he's not even in contention for the lead. He had most laps led a while ago, but now he does not have, I mean, maybe he still has most laps led, but it's probably a lot closer now. He's no longer in contention for that.
I do believe that Trainwreck, within the next 2 laps, is going to be in contention for most laps led as Kreisem is looking to the inside. He's also in that same fight. The three guys that are looking...
car, side by side with the 88 out of 4. He's going to lead this one. Kreisem.
The most laps led fight is on, and it's for the lead right now. These guys
on the top, Kreisem on the bottom. This is the most multi-groove we've seen the track all day. The bottom's rubbered up. Can Trainwreck make the top work? Here's the run. Wow, what a drive around the outside.
Trainwreck's
is
going to
lead the halfway lap. Pink is in this fight for the lead as well now, the 34. But now we have another nice long green flag run building here in Richmond. Richmond Rares tied for MLL, and I believe that was Trainwreck just 1 lap behind with 27 laps led. But this time by, Kreisem is going to regain most laps led. Pink makes a drive at the bumper. Kreisem now 1 lap ahead of Rares with 29 laps led. He has MLL in the Richmond 150.
Trainwreck to the inside of Pink. A little bit of a contact there, clear.
The train is hoping not to let Kreisem build too much of a gap on most laps led. He's on the hunt. He's now 3 laps behind the 29, I believe.
Oh, we are going to start coming up on lap cars here. Apollo.
She hasn't
Right
had an amazing day.
Running the high side, going to let the leaders pass her right here. Just a respect move to let the leaders by, not give up a huge fight.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a lapped car with pace, I see it as a lot more acceptable. But if you're just having a quiet, not quite your day, the respectful move is just if the leaders come up to you, get out of their way. It's a little trickier if you're fighting another lapper, though.
Yeah. Super Soldier down pit road. I wonder if this is an unscheduled stop or going to start the green flag pit cycle.
We're getting to a point where I think pit stops are actually here. I think this is a scheduled pit stop about halfway through this race. Super Soldier taking tires, fuel. Actually, maybe I don't think he took any fuel, but he's out and away. And look at all the rubber he's laying.
Look at the battle for the lead. Trainwreck to the inside of Kreisem. He's trying to get some laps led today. The battle for the lead and most laps led has been on fire for the past 10 laps. These guys have just been going back and forth for the lead. But now lap car Brian right in front of them.
How do they navigate the 9 car? Once they catch up to it, they have still a few car lengths.
Brian, who has done half the race since his last pit stop, gotta think that this next pit stop is going to come soon.
And he's still running pretty decent. He's still on the lead lap, although right here he's going to become a lapper, but he will be lucky dog. Can he hold on to that? Brian goes a lap down, and he's staying out of the way of the leaders. He's running the top. He walled it right there, but all good. And Trainwreck's now running away from the XMS Toyota of Kreisem and the front row Ford. That's Pink in the 34.
Leisure is the first car on new tires right now.
Again, Sleesher is leading the new tire crew. Kreisem has 3 laps of a buffer on Trainwreck for most laps led. Rares with 28 third most laps led. But Trainwreck with the lead is going to bring that gap down to 2 this time. But look at Sleesher closing the gap on them. Right now, he wants this run to go green. He does not want a caution. And if he can make up enough time but keep his tires fresh enough, he forces a pit stop out of these leaders. And he forces them to get off of their strategy. Here comes Apollo in the 76. I believe she's on fresh tires and looking to get a lap back.
I wonder if we're going to see the same strategy as last time. Half the field pits early, half the field stays long, hoping for a caution.
I mean, Savage, that's about what we've been seeing so far.
And I do
Still some
believe...
cars yet to pit.
Oh, there's a spin going into
Oh,
turn
Bolt
3. Is that
slid.
Bolt? A Bolt spins.
35
trying to go down pit
again,
road.
and he manages to get it onto pit road, but another spin. He's gonna get it into his pit box. And he pits for tires again. Does he have another set? Is this his last set? He's gonna have to do a long run if this is his last set. And that means, I mean, the pattern's been that he wrecks once those tires start getting a little old, he wrecks. And most of those times, I believe it has resulted in a caution. So if this is his last set and he has to run long, we could be in store for a late race caution here.
Now Kreesum coming down pit road.
Kreesum going to make his pit stop. He believes the buffer on Sleesher is perfect.
Trainwreck coming down pit road from the lead. Sleesher just got by him when he made the pit stop. I think he decided when the first car and tires passed him, he was going to pit.
And that's going to leave Pink in the lead. Does Pink come into pit road this time, or does he stay out on old tires a little longer?
Pink is
Here's the
gonna pit this time.
34. Anyone else following him in? Coma, his teammate, following him into pit road.
I believe that leaves Brody in the lead. It does.
That will leave Brody in the lead.
The last pit on lap
Finally
58.
back up front. However, he is still, I believe, yet to pit. So we'll see how that goes.
I think Brody's waiting on that caution. And I believe he made the most recent pit stop compared to the guys that just now pit.
We'll see how it goes for this 3 car. And if this does run right, and if he does get a caution, how is this going to help his race? He needs something to build the momentum he had early on. He started the race on the outside pole. I mean, that is a fantastic confidence booster. Got it in the wall on lap 1. Now he has a chance to fix those wrongs, to right those wrongs, to put himself back in contention.
I think Brody is just trying to create the biggest gap he can on Rares, who's in second. I don't know if he's made a pit stop yet. He has not. So a few guys, Rares and Brody, are running along, just trying to hope for a caution.
They get the caution at the right time. They'll be on the freshest tires in the field. And it'll be a big enough difference that could help them big time pace-wise.
And Brody
It's
pitting
so
this time.
long. And no, Brody's going to bail on that strategy. Rares stays out at least one more lap. He's going to inherit the race lead, and that puts Sleesher up to second. Here he comes off of turn 4. Matt came into pit road, completing his pit stop and rolling off. Here's Kreesum in the 29. fighting with the 8 of Super Soldier. Trainwreck's up there with them.
Leisure just has a huge gap back to Super Soldier and Creasem. Leisure has definitely set himself up in the best position for tires right now. When Rares eventually does pit, he's gonna be in the lead with a huge gap to second place.
And I'm pretty sure, especially with the battling going on with Super and Creasem, I'm pretty sure right now Sleesher is pulling on them as well. So this third quarter of the race is looking very good for the XMS number 21 Xfinity at Toyota Camry of Sleesher.
Oh, Rares stays out another lap.
Still running it long, still hoping for a caution.
But Sleesher is right on his tail, closing in rapidly every single lap.
Yeah,
I'm starting to think
Rares
the
just
staying
doesn't
out
have
is
the tires
hurting him.
anymore, man.
The strategy worked, but I think he stayed out just a little bit too long. Oh, and now Sleesher's to the inside, so he can't pit now. He's got to wait another lap to go to pit road.
For Rares here, I'd bail on this strategy. Come in, get tires. I don't think at this point it's working.
His last pit stop was on lap 61. So Rares was on the best tires coming into this pit cycle. I think he's just been trying to say he stays out another lap.
Alright, he's committed to the strategy. We'll see how it goes for him. Lap 126 underway. That puts us 5/8 of the way done with this race. And I believe this is the longest green flag run of the day.
Rares is coming down pit road. I wonder if Rares' strategy was to try to wait for a caution or try to get most laps led, because he gained a ton on Trainwreck while staying out that long, leading all those laps. It's just a slow entry
if Rares is back in MLL, and if he isn't, then he's surely closer to the other two now.
He is within 2 laps of the other two. And Sleesher just with a 10-second lead over Creasem. A full straightaway lead. Sleesher set himself up really well for this next run.
As he's leading some of his first laps of the day, I'm pretty sure. He led some earlier in the race, but now he has a commanding lead. Although I do believe it's shrinking. I believe Creasem finally got away from Trainwreck and Super, so he is able to run whatever pace he needs without any concern of other cars around him. He's in the same boat as Sleesher right now, although Sleesher is closing in on lapped traffic.
Oh, Rares is wrecking Bolt! Rares intentionally wrecked Bolt to bring out a yellow.
Blew his engine. Bolt just getting caught up. And stuff that isn't even his fault now.
Cheers, Rares. Rares has just forgotten the first rule of stock car racing. Gotta be able to learn how to wreck someone without wrecking yourself, and he just wrecked himself, wrecking Bolt. Bolt has minimal damage, I believe, from that wreck, and Rares just shot himself in the foot with that one. Gonna probably receive a penalty, and now has to fix a bunch of damage.
If it's not a penalty, it will leave. Rares already has 2 incidents, So if he gets one more incident, or actually this might be the third, I don't remember, I don't know. If those two were from earlier incidents and this is his third, then he's parked. Otherwise, he has one more. So the 41 car, for I believe the second week now, is on 2 incidents, and if he causes one more, he'll be done. And that's not somewhere you ever want to be. And Rares will be starting in the back.
I believe Brody is staying out and gonna be back in the lead right here. Looks like that strategy worked out for him, all due to Rares deciding to bring out a yellow.
Yeah, I mean, I would have hoped if I were Brody that the caution came out just a little bit sooner, but here he is on relatively fresh tires, staying out in the lead. Can he now build on that and finally get some momentum going for him again?
Fresh enough tires, and I think he still has a set left. I think he has 2 sets left, actually. I think Brody has just set himself up well. Track position and the most amount of tire sets.
As it's 1 to green, Brody elects to head the bottom. So Prism will be moving up to the top. Chevy finally back in the lead. It's been a while since we've seen a Chevy leading this thing. Ford and Toyota has a grip on the front. At any rate, Brody Kreisum will be captaining the field back to green. 2 Fords behind them, and then a Toyota. Ford, Chevy, Ford, Ford, Chevy, Ford, Chevy, Chevy. Green flag. We're back underway.
Oh, Brody spun the tires.
Brody's just on the slightly older tires. I don't think it's working. He manages to get clear. Can he now start finally setting the laps he needs to set?
Super Soldier going 3 wide right behind him.
Beating and banging with the 88. Welcome back to the Richmond Raceway. Slight technical difficulties, but we're back. And Freezem is in the lead after Trainwreck shipped Brody. And, I mean, man, that was ugly. But we're under caution, a quick caution this time. And pit road will be open this time. We'll see if we have any takers.
Wonder if the 3 of Brody had any damage from that wreck. That was a hard impact to the wall. See if any of the guys in the back of the pack will pit right here. Try to get some better tires.
Brody stays out. Brian gonna come in. And did you say his last stop was at like the beginning of the race? This is his first stop since?
Brian, his last stop was a lap ago. Okay.
Oh no, that's because he just now entered pit road, so it updated. But he's in that
Before that
Shots
last
Racing a Chevy Camaro.
Before that last pit stop, his last pit was on lap 47.
He ran nearly 100 laps. It's impressive. We just got the one to green. We're gonna double up. Freezem elects to have the bottom, so that's Coma going up to the top, and the rest of the field's gonna double up behind him. No choose other than at the super speedways in Jackal Racing.
I wonder what Brody's going to do on this restart. Probably angry from that last restart. Got punted into the wall. Because we're coming to the green.
Trainwreck's well behind him, though, so he doesn't have to worry about Trainwreck. We're back underway. Great roll off from the top. And they're a lot more linked up than the bottom. But down into the corner, it's good to have some gaps between you guys. You're not running into each other, butting each other. And Brody's stuck up on the top above Sleesher and Super.
Sleesher lost a lot of ground on that restart. He couldn't get the power down.
Oh, the rear's just not in the track. He's sliding. Can Super Soldier get by? Brody backs out, but now Trainwreck underneath him. Super slides up the track.
Rare's back on the lead lap.
The 2 orange cars. And they're 3 wide with Rares.
Trainwreck's back right in front of Brody.
Rares up the track, 3 wide again. Trainwreck to the bottom.
Gotta think if Brody gets back to that 88.
What the one car sliding in turn 1? That's the 21 of Sleesher.
Sleesher just can't seem to has no grip. Had to have worn them tires out.
I drove it just a little too hard into the corner. We saw that all the time in practice. Turn 1, it's really inviting to send your car down into turn 1, but you really can't do that. You do exactly what Sleesher did there. Hopefully no damage. He might have gotten wheel alignment though, and if he did, that's unfortunate. Freezem back up to second behind Pink, and he looks at the lead down into turn 1. Coma, Pink's teammate, gonna move Freezem out of the way, save his teammate. Here comes Coma. And
Trainwreck has most laps led.
is Freezem for 45, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, Pink goes around.
No!
Keeps it up against the outside wall. No caution.
Right, we keep it green. He's meant to back out there to not get walled by the 88.
And now Rare's back in the lead.
Yeah, Rare's is back in the lead now.
Rare's, after intentionally wrecking Bull, is back in the lead.
fighting with Kreesum for third. Matt's up in this picture. Trainwreck slid across the bumper of the 29. That was close.
Now,
Oh,
if
and
we come to the
Kreesum trying to back off of him, stay out of him. That just gave up another position. Here comes Matt to the inside.
Coming to the 3/4 mark in this race, Rares with a 2.5, almost 2-second lead over Coma, and then a dog fight from third on back.
Kreesum alongside Matt gets the run off the top. I don't know if he can clear though. He's gonna have to drive it in pretty deep, but Matt drives it in deeper, moves him out of the way, and now Sleesher is gonna have a look at the 29. Finally, Kreesum gets to the inside of Matt. Sleesher drives it in though when the 29 slides up 3 wide. Contact. And they keep it together. Contact beating it big down the back.
I believe Rares is on the freshest tires.
Kreesum nearly spun on the back stretch, and he gets more contact from the 21. Here comes Super Soldier. Here comes Brody. Brody give a light bump to Super, but it's 5 cars all together, and they're 3 wide, peeking again. Super Soldier to the bottom of the 21, 3 wide down the back. Here
Does
comes
Kreesum make it 4?
Kreesum. He thought about it, thought better though.
Matt backs out as a
backed
sign of
out.
respect.
I mean, he
For
has
once.
a decent amount over Bolt. He does not need to be getting himself in this, wrecking himself. He has the lucky dog position.
Again, last time Matt was in the lucky dog position and only 1 lap down, everything took a turn for the worse. So I think he's just playing it safe right now, not trying to be in any wreck.
Kreesum, Super, Brody, Sleesher still all together. Kreesum finally starting to build a gap. Here comes Brody with the run on the 8. Super just looks totally in control of that car, not fighting it. He's having a solid day here, currently in the 5th position. Your race leader after 156 laps of action here in the Richmond Raceway is Rares. He's on his final incident before a park, and he's fighting for most laps led.
I believe he has it now that he's gotten back up in the lead.
But he slides down the front stretch. And really, you could hear he was stressing the tires down into turn 1. Drove it in super deep. The tires probably aren't happy with him. I wouldn't be surprised if they're a little hot now. And you can tell he's backing up the corner just a little bit more now, trying to calm those tires down, because the last thing you want is hot tires at a track like this, and it's not going to grip. You're going to be sliding. We saw what happened to Bolt early in the race, and he's slowly making a recovery from that. He's finally only 1 lap down, and if he can catch up to Matt and pass him, he'll be the lucky dog. Oh, Super stuck his nose in underneath the 21.
Does Brody make it look 3 wide? Not quite the run. Gonna set these guys up. To the almost to the inside of Sleesher. And had to back out, or he's gonna spin Sleesher there.
He's very calculated in how he makes his moves. He's not going to make one that puts him in a bad position. He makes occasional mistakes. He's a rookie. He has only 2 races of experience prior to this. if we exclude the Clash. I'm pretty sure he made it to the Clash. But I mean, he's still doing a phenomenal job. He knows when he can stick his nose in there, when he can't. If he does stick his nose in and there isn't space, he backs out. And he hasn't caused many incidents. He gets caught up in a lot, but he hasn't caused many.
Rares has just pulled another second away from Trainwreck. Almost 2 now.
Wouldn't be surprised if he's burning his tires up doing that, though. I mean, look at how much he's sliding the car into the corner compared to everyone else. I'm sure the line he's running is hard on those tires. So eventually, we'll see the tires flip and we'll see Train start gaining.
I think he's burnt them up, but he just has like a 10-lap buffer on all these guys from when they last pit. So I think he can. I believe he thinks he can afford it right now and is just pulling away.
Right now, Trainwreck is on worse tires than Rares. I'm pretty sure he's running a more conservative line, though. So if this runs long enough and Rares burns his tires up enough, there's a 1 car on the back, and it's Bolt.
Gotta think Bolt's at the end of those tires. And we're pretty sure that was his last set of tires.
Yeah, if he no longer has any sets, he has to go the rest of this race on that set, and he's on hot tires after that spin on the back stretch. 1 car spinning, it's Rares! And there's the caution, he blew his engine. And there is a relatively late race caution here in Richmond. This changes everything. And we should not see any weather for this race. The track has seen the most moonlight in a while now. The clouds clearing up. So it'll be a fully dry race today.
When we get this race restarted, we should be inside of 30 laps to go. It's going to be whoever can manage their tires. Oh, Bolt giving a shot to Rares.
I'd say if you have an extra set, you could for sure make a stop here. And you'd have a lot of buffer room before they are totally worn. And who knows if we're going to have another caution at this point. We've had a lot of relatively long runs today. I don't think we're going to see another caution after this. I think we'll run green to the end.
I don't know. I think we're going to have another caution. These guys, with 30 laps to go, they're going to race each other really hard, and they're going to...
I think we could have, honestly, I'm pretty sure we could see one more just kind of long run to the end. This race has been pretty clean overall compared to others.
Oh no, and Matt sped on pit road.
So that'll be
first
TTB.
time in a while. He's back on the lead lap.
Trainwreck wins the race off of pit road, followed by Coma, Prism, Super, Pink, Sleesher. Brody's not getting off. There's Brody, Brian, and Apollo.
Rare's getting off pit road now.
One to green. and Train elects to have the bottom, so Coma is going to go up to the top.
We've seen Rares starting in 11th. I wonder if he's going to be able to carve through this field quickly. He seems to have the fastest car tonight, but I don't know if he can make it through this field in time.
All right. Well, it's go time in Richmond Raceway. Night racing, 30 laps to go. Field in the hands of Trainwreck and Coma. We're back underway.
Outside continuously has a better roll into the restart zone, but the inside usually gets side by side and maybe clear off in turn 1.
That was crazy. 3 wide for the lead. 3 wide.
4 wide behind him.
4 wide. And there they go. Super.
Super Soldier, what a save.
What a save. Tires probably don't love him now.
The way they're racing right now, I don't think they're done wrecking yet. We're going to have just another yellow eventually.
Crazy side by side with Train. 3 wide further in the back with Super, Pink, and Matt. Coma gets it into the wall. Keeps it straight. What can Sleesher do here in second? He's having a great restart. One car sliding. That's Matt in the 26. And he manages to save it. Into the wall again.
Sleesher to the inside of
And
Cruising for
everyone's-
second.
Yeah, everyone's up there. Super Soldier is going to gain an incident point. This is his first of the day, though, so he's still all right.
3 wide to the inside of him, though.
Here comes Pink.
Pink falls back in the
Felicia
line.
increasing the XMS Toyotas behind Trainwreck. What can Extreme Motorsports do?
I still like what
30th.
Trainwreck's been able to do.
34 pushing his teammate straight past Super.
Trainwreck's had a wider arc on entry, just be able to carry more roll speed and have a better exit. But the 21 Sleesher just fires it into the corner.
And a turn on 1 car, sliding down the front straightaway, that's Apollo. Keeps it a single car. Great job from her to keep the car on the bottom of the track and not slide up in front of Ship. And we'll stay green. Reyes cuts it real close on that inside wall and Super fires it in past him. Here comes Matt. Most laps led is tied between Trainwreck and Creasy.
No, Reyes.
Actually, no, middle lane Matt. No, Reyes is 49. So Reyes is 49, Trainwreck now 46, Creasy 45, and that's your fight for most laps led. It's still tied. Reyes has to get back up there though. Trainwreck is wasting no time. He wants them alone. 3 more laps that he has to lead.
Sleesher clear for the lead in 3 and 4. Trainwreck try to get him back in 1 and 2, but he leaves the door open for Creasy to get there, but he can't do it. He got a shot in the back from Pink.
With 21 and a half laps to go in Richmond, and those laps go by quick. Sleesher going to pick up a few more laps. Trainwreck doesn't want this. He's running out of time to steal most laps led, and Creasy's still in the picture too.
Pink with a big charge coming out of nowhere right here.
And you know who's following him? Most laps led
Reyes.
leader in Reyes. Race him to the inside of Pink. Reyes following the 29 through.
Reyes giving a big shot to the 29.
All 3 cars that are fighting for MLL are now under a blanket behind the 21 of Sleesher.
Rares just fires it in, clears Creasem, but Creasem with a crossover back down to the inside.
Oh, but Creasem tags the apron. Here comes the 41 to the bottom. Sleesher is just trying to stay ahead of Trainwreck and grab
Super
Toyota
Soldier.
their first win of the season. Extreme
Super Soldier to the
Motorsports
inside of Creasem now.
and him his first win of the season. Super Soldier to the bottom of Creasem, and he punts
Big
the 41
shot.
up the track. 2 wide, 2 rows deep back here.
Oh,
and
Super
Super's
Soldier
gonna
wall
wall
Rares.
Rares.
Is this payback for how Rares has been racing everybody today? I think so.
Rares has been very aggressive. Not a lot of people are liking it out of him. It's been quite the debate. I believe Rares was part of it, but during Atlanta there was quite a yelling match. But here comes Trainwreck to the back bumper of the 21. He's not done. With 16 laps to go in the virtual Richmond Raceway, the fight is on for the lead and for most laps led. Trainwreck gonna give Sleesher the bumper twice, just does not work. Sleesher parking the car right on the bottom of the racetrack. If Trainwreck's gonna pass him, he's gonna have to wreck him, or he's gonna have to find another line.
This is exactly what Super Soldier wants to see out in front of him. These two leaders battling hard, holding each other up.
And everyone knows they're running out of time. If you are not fighting for the lead, you don't have a chance right now. You need to get up there right now. They're running out of time. You have 15, almost 14 laps to go now. And finally, the bump's going to work. Trainwreck to the bottom of the 21, side by side for the lead with 14 laps to go in Richmond. And Super sees that, and he is pushing as hard as he can. Get up
Sleesher
into
tried the
this,
crossover, gets
sideways out of
loose,
the
saves
corner.
it.
And he's back past the 88. With 13 laps to go. 2 cars fighting for the lead, and they're bringing 2 more into it. Super Soldier, Coma. Here comes Creasem potentially back into the picture. Sleesher just parking it on the bottom. Hold the car there.
Trainer trying to make a move on the outside, but Super Soldier back down to the inside. Does Super Soldier have something to say for Sleesher?
Four cars under a blanket with 11 laps to go. This is a show you don't want to miss.
This is what Sleesher wants to see. These 3 cars all fighting each other very hard for second, allowing him to make some moves and run away.
Creasem's getting brought into this. 5 cars for the race lead.
4 cars all battling in Sleesher's mirror. But here comes Trainwreck with a better exit. Can he make a move down into turn 1 with 10 laps to go?
10 laps to go, and everyone's here, and they're bringing a few more with them. Here comes Pink, here comes Brody. Sleesher sees all these cars behind him, and the pressure has to be mounting. 9 to go. Sleesher just needs to hold on for 9 more laps, but here comes Trainwreck again to the bottom. And these 2 battling is going to slow him down. It's going to drag everyone behind them right back up to the bumper. Trainwreck has to clear right here. Sleesher understands that, lets him clear.
But Sleesher just lay back right here, try to cool his stuff off, and make another run at the lead. Fires it into the corner to the inside of Trainwreck. Side by side and exiting the corner. Can Sleesher clear Trainwreck right here? Or will Trainwreck try to pin him down to the bottom? He's not clear. He is clear.
Oh, Trainwreck
maybe
gets
it's
tagged by the
tagged.
38. They keep it straight. Here
Big
goes
run down the
Trainwreck
straightaway
again
here
to
for
the
the
back
88.
bumper of the 21.
Just planting that bumper into the 21. Can't move him out of the way. 21 has been a hard pass to make all day.
Coming to 6 to go. And, oh my good, look at the sea of cars behind Sleesher. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 7 cars. All in contention for the race win, depending on what happens here. And here's a lapped car in Brian, who Sleesher's catching up to.
What a bad time to be catching lapped cars. With coming to 5 to go in the race.
And even if Brian gets out of the way for this 21, which he does, it diverts your consciousness to, oh hey, there's a car up there, and you can potentially mess up your corner. He didn't there, but if he did, that could have been catastrophic for him. But Sleesher is holding his own, staying focused, looking for his first win.
Oh, Super Salt hard to the wall. There's a wreck. Caution is out with less than 5 laps to go here at Richmond.
Oh no. And Coma, spinning down the front straightaway, brings out the caution, and Sleesher has got to be heartbroken. There's your race back. And what do you say under this caution for probably the final time today? We have an interview, and let's interview your race leader, Sleesher. Hey, Sleesher's Crimson and Savage up here in the PRA booth. You were so close, man.
Man, I had the strategy on the long run, that first long run we had. I had him on the strategy, I beat him there. I was beating him here on the short run, and now it's a green-white checkered, man.
Yeah, and, I mean, dude, you're a few laps away. Now you gotta hold on for a green-white checkered, and, I mean, you had 6 cars lined up behind you for those final few laps. Was the pressure mounting?
Not really. I was parking the brake on Train because he kept trying to bump me up, and, you know, the way to stop a bump and run is you just brake more. So I was parking the bus, getting a good exit, you know, making sure he couldn't dive to my inside on the entry of the corner, and it was working. It was great. But man.
Savage, have anything for Sleesher here?
Got a few questions for you. Who are you more scared of? Trainwreck or Pink?
Definitely Trainwreck. I know he's a great driver. We've been racing for many years now at this point. And I know he's really good at closing out these races. He doesn't choke.
And then another question. How are you managing your tires right now? They've got to be cooking.
Yeah, my right front is cooking. That's for sure. My tire temps were good though. I was the backing up the corners and like making them hit me was keeping my tires actually really cool. I wasn't sending the turn too hard, so I was keeping them right in their good range of that 210, 220, 230. They weren't getting too hot, which is great.
All right. Well, we wish you good luck, and hopefully you don't wreck, because that seems to be a trend on these restarts. A lot of carnage.
Green, white, checker.
Yeah. Hopefully just one more restart. Good luck out there, Sleesher.
Thank you guys.
Overtime on a short track. It's gonna get crazy. Everyone now has a chance to win. One car pits, that's Brian in the 9. He wants to be on those fresh tires.
Question is, does he have another set to be pitting?
He does. So Brian's going to be on fresh tires. The rest of the field on old tires. An overtime restart in Michigan, or in Richmond. Michigan.
The question is,
Oh, man.
does Brian have enough time to get these? Does Brian have enough time to use these tires to get up to the front?
He's gonna be in the very back. It's gonna be hard. But here we go. Window Green this time. I'd expect Sleesher to pick the bottom. Yeah, he's on the bottom. So Train will go up to the top. Brody on the top. Pink's pushing Sleesher. Where's Kreesum? Where's the other XMS car? He's way back there on the top side of the track. This restart's going to be crazy. Overtime. Short track racing. The least we can expect is carnage and probably an upset winner. Here we go. Most laps led currently is Rares still. Trainwreck 2 laps back from that. Kreesum 4. Here we go. Green flag. We're back underway. Overtime in Richmond.
Oh, Super Soldier sliding in the corner. He wipes out Trainwreck. No caution, though.
And that could have potentially just saved Sleesher.
Oh, Pink goes
the
around.
34.
Brody gets clear. He's in second.
I don't think he can catch up to this 21, though. More cars
And they're wrecking behind. Bolt again.
But down the back straightaway for the final time. He fought through thick and thin. And he survives a chaotic overtime restart. The 21 of Sleesher for Extreme Motorsports is going to get it done in Richmond.
Bolt is going backwards in the grass.
Oh,
Oh,
huge hit. Oh my goodness.
oh Lord.
Trainwreck slammed into that 35. A huge hit into the inside wall.
Sleesher didn't choke.
Sleesher did not choke, and he manages to get it done and win. Wow.
Tempers have got to be flaring with Super Soldier and Trainwreck.
My goodness. He survived. Let's start these post-race interviews, and let's start with the 38 of Coma.
Oh.
Hey Coma, you finished third here in Richmond after a very chaotic final restart. How you feeling?
Give me 1 second. I gotta mute Icky. I forget to do this. Okay. One more time.
Yeah, you finished third after a very chaotic final overtime restart here in Richmond. You got third place. How are you feeling?
Oh man, I really thought I got ruined with that incident with Pink and Super. I was just getting flashbacks to Daytona coming around turn 3, where I just, I possibly had a shot to win, and then just had someone who just couldn't hold their lane. But, restarts over restarts, it helped that Roney was the absolute menace of the field. He unfortunately just took out Pink, who was my teammate and my son, unofficially. So that's unfortunate for him. He was running really well throughout the entire race. Unfortunate for Bolt, he couldn't get it going after that incident early on. He just couldn't come back from it. He got a decent amount of laps back, but just ran out of laps. But as for me, hell of a race. I mean, it was a lot of fun. I did this race last year, subbing for Super, and I had fun for about 10 laps, and then had no idea how to save tires and was just struggling the rest of the race. So I feel like it's a big improvement. I'm starting to understand how these cars work, and I love short track racing. It's so much fun. I prefer it to any other type of racing, and it definitely delivered. The middle was a little uneventful, but I mean that's the fun part about Richmond, is even when you're alone, you got to stay on your toes. You can't have those rears sliding. You got to keep the temps under control. So I mean, you got to be focused the whole way through. But yeah, it was a great race. Congrats to Sleesher. He goes back to back 2 years in a row. Brody, great showing from him. He definitely took advantage of that restart and ran with it. He was telling me in comms, he was like, Coma, just let me have P2. It's like, don't wreck me. And I told him, it's like, I mean, if you give me it, I'm gonna go for it, but I'm not gonna wreck you for it. So, congrats to him. He's been a really impressive rookie, and but yeah, it's been a great race. Thank you so much to FRM. Thank you to Red Bull, and yeah.
Yeah, of course, and great finish. And I'll let Savage ask you a question. Then we're gonna let you go.
How did you just find your way through the field right there at the end when they all decided to wreck, and wind up with a good finish like this?
Well, it's something that I learned way back when I was a rookie in iRacing, is don't look off your nose. Look ahead. I saw that Super skidded his tires in turn 1. He was already struggling, so I knew to just keep it low. He was coming close to the apron. I was like, please, just don't tag me out of 1. And then I knew Rares was going to be super aggressive. He was a hothead all race, and he just binned it into pink, and they moved up. So I just held to the bottom, avoided the wreck, and then was able to run away from it.
All right, then. Well, congratulations on your top 3 finish here in Richmond. Momentum's looking good headed into Chicagoland. Congrats, Coma.
Thank you.
We've next up, we're interviewing race winner Sleesher. Hey, Sleesher, you got it done. How you feeling? Sleesher, you got us? Okay. All right then, we'll try Brody. Hello, Brody.
Oh my gosh.
You finished second. How are you feeling?
Go! Yes! Beautiful. Oh, cool. That's what I wanted. That's all I've wanted for so long. I wanted a podium, and I got it. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, that last restart was insane. I don't even remember seeing you up front when we took the green, and somehow the seas parted and you made your way up to second place behind Sleesher. Yeah. What a drive. I mean, early in the race, you're getting caught up in incidents. It was looking like a repeat of all the previous races, but you pulled through and it paid off.
Yeah.
Tell us some of your thoughts.
I mean, hey, I know, Matt was a bit mad at me. I don't care though, because, you know, I was defending for a position. I knew if I just stayed in my position, I would have gotten a good finish. And hey, guess what? I got a really good finish. I weaved. My teammate wrecked someone. I don't know why. I don't. Oh my gosh! But I can't believe this. Coma, thank you for being so cautious with me. That was great. Oh my gosh! I can't believe it. That's such a big moment. This is such a big moment for me. This might be because that is a real race. It's not like the Clash where it's, you know, draft or anything. This was an actual real race that I got second in.
Yeah. Savage, you have anything for Brody?
Just, how did you avoid all those cars wrecking at once? Yeah, it looked like 1 second you were in like 7th place, and then coming off turn 4, we look back and you're in 2nd place.
Oh, how I avoid those is that, you know, I've been racing overs for 6 years, and I know that there's cars that act differently, but these cars are very sensitive to the high side, so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go on the inside and just hope my best, and it worked out every single time. So I'm like, okay, we're gonna predict it again. And also, knowing how fast the cars are going, I know that I could, you know, abuse it a lot, and you know, a lot of street courses as well that I raced helped me out with that one, because goodness me, it is like it's like a traffic wreck, you know, where there's like a 50 car pileup, but you know, I get through it. And I succeed.
All right, well,
congratulations on your runner-up finish, Brody, and
thank
we'll
you.
see you in a week's time for Chicagoland.
Ooh, okay, I like that. Yeah, good job on commentating, by the way. Really great.
Thank you. All right.
Thank you.
See you. And let's end it off by interviewing your race winner, Sleesher. Hey, Sleesher, you got it done. How you feeling?
You got to go fast. I felt good. One off the green white checkered.
Yeah, I mean, chaotic finish, and it kind of that saved you. I mean, I was worried we were going to see cars sending it from 3 rows back, 3 car lengths back, and he's got it. All right. Assuming he had to go, or he had DC'd, but what a dominant performance from Sleesher.
It was a little bit unfortunate. I had a few questions for him right there.
I mean, and then for most laps led, Sleesher took it
by
one
one lap.
And then Rares was second with 49 laps led. Sleesher had 50. Kreesum with 45 was right behind Trainwreck with 47. So it was Sleesher, Rares, Trainwreck, Kreesum, your top 4 for MLL, and pretty much no one else.
All within 5 laps of each other.
Yeah, wow. How competitive. Sleesher gets MLL by 1 lap over Rares. Of course, I believe it was Trainwreck who got that halfway lap. I believe halfway is a bonus. Halfway is not a bonus. Fastest lap is. So win MLL, pole, and fastest lap. He left. But unfortunately, we couldn't interview Sleesher. He left after saying just one quick thing. So, what a great performance from him, though. And Savage, what are your thoughts? I mean, what a race!
It was a little bit of a long one. I saw some questionable moves by a few people, and some car control issues. But other than that, it was a really good race.
Fantastic race in Richmond. In 1 week time, Chicagoland, and then we head to Darlington and Indianapolis for the first 6 races. So then, we are not racing next weekend, but the next race will be Chicagoland. After that is Darlington and Indianapolis for the first 6 races of the Season 10 Jackal Racing Cup Series schedule. Still waiting to see if we can get an interview in with race winner Sleesher. First non-Chevy win of the season. Toyota and Extreme Motorsports get it done with Sleesher in the 21.
I'm afraid Sleesher has already left the track to go celebrate. Might not be able to get a word in with him. We're going to try.
Alright, in the meantime, let's go ahead and get an interview in with driver of the number 8, Super Soldier. Hey, Super.
Howdy, yeah.
Don't remember how you finished, but
Yeah, I'm
you
not
got a pretty decent result. Or was it bad?
I'm not too happy about it, man. I don't know if you saw that restart or not, but kind of wiped out the 88. And I'm really sorry about it. And I've already sent a protest into Icky to drop myself in grid position. It was rough.
That last restart was very chaotic. I mean, up front, nice and orderly. In the back, especially down that front stretch to 1 lap, saw Coma go down sliding.
Yeah.
Ryan got caught up. It was Trainwreck is very eventful.
Very, yes, I would agree.
Give us some of your
I feel
thoughts.
very bad, so I don't know. Shouldn't have played out that way. Train should have been Train was up there all race, contending for the lead. He should have been there at the end. Should have been a different story. You know, just unfortunate the way it played out. I don't know.
Yeah, and we finally saw some veteran speed and a veteran win this season.
Yeah.
You finished second behind rookie teammate Lightning in the 250. Of course, we saw Rares win in Atlanta. Now Sleesher wins here. So finally a veteran win. How do you feel as a veteran now coming in? And we asked you how you felt about the rookies in pre-race. How do you feel as a veteran, and how do you feel about the veterans? And do you think it's starting to? You're figuring out how to race around the rookies now and find some speed?
Yeah, it's a struggle, like I said before, because you never know. They're unpredictable. At Atlanta, it was like clear cut. Sleesher and I, we took off from the rest of the field. Train wreck. Sleesher and I, we were gone. Richmond, shorter track, we're much closer in proximity. It's a little more difficult navigating. You got lap traffic. Sometimes the rookies don't know how to handle that, how to handle being slow. And so you come up on them, and even though they get the blue flag, it's hard for them to navigate traffic. So you end up getting wiped out, or you have guys like Roney purposely spinning people out and causing cautions. And that should be a penalty. That should be maybe even a race suspension for the next couple of races. There's no telling, but if you looked around lap 170 to lap 180, I roughed up Roney a little bit. Stuff like that's okay. But you can't just go in and turn somebody. You can't just do that. That's that makes the rookies look bad for one, and I mean it's just unsportsmanlike.
Yeah, Savage, anything for Super?
I mean, you said there's an obvious respect issue out here. What can some of these rookies, learn from you veterans that they need to take with them into the coming races?
Well, I will say, with it being the platform that we're on, Roblox and Discord, some of the veterans are a bit older, right? We graduated high school, and some of us are in college. We're a bit older. Guys like Roney are still fairly young, immature even. Creates kind of a gap in understanding, because Roney thinks he can just be this personality, this I'll do whatever I want and it's not going to matter. And then Icky's going to penalize him and park him for several races probably. I would suspect, and I hope that kind of puts him in his place, kind of sends an example to everybody else.
Oh, for sure. And how do you feel about we're headed back to another intermediate for the next race? It's not
I'm
next weekend,
ecstatic for Chicago. One of my favorite tracks. It was my very first victory in row racing. Arscar D2 won Chicagoland in my third start. So my first ever row racing win 2020. So I'm excited. It's going to be a lot of fun. $100 payout. I need the points. So yeah.
For sure. All right. Well, thank you for your time, Super.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. We have one more interview lined up before we go. We unfortunately cannot get an interview in with race winner Sleesher. So let's go ahead and interview Sleesher's Extreme Motorsports teammate, the 29 of Kreesum. Hey, Kreesum. Up and down day, led a lot of laps. I believe you almost got most laps led. How you feeling?
Give me a second. I'm on my phone. Get back on my PC. Sorry about that.
Good.
Drag me in a second.
Drag him back in a moment. The next race at Chicagoland will be 200 miles, 135 laps. $100 payout
Alright.
to win.
Sorry about that.
All right, hello, Kreesum. You almost got most laps led, missed out on it, but overall a good day. Led some laps, got experience up front. Your teammate in Sleesher won the race. How you feeling?
I'm happy for Sleesher. Kind of upset at myself. Coming to the race back on the final caution there, my tires were already warm as is, and I just lost it, exiting out of 4, and I dropped like 4 or 5 positions right then and there. That's why I fired off P10. But the come off in P5 after all that, pretty decent points day. I'll take it considering what I did to myself, and pretty good win for Sleesher. I mean, dominated. He got screwed over on his strategy because of the intent wreck caused by Rares in lap 160-ish, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
And yeah, I'm just really happy for him.
For sure. Savage, you have anything for Kreesum?
We've heard a lot about rares with the intentional wrecking. Do you believe that there should be a harsh penalty for that?
I've always been a believer on boys have at it, but there's got to be a line in which the officials have to take a stand on, to the point where, like, okay, you're roughing too many people in too many races, you got to back it down. I don't know. Me personally, I'm going to give a strict warning, verbal warning, if not just have Rare start with an incident point as is for the next race, because the officiating has been more in favor of boys have at it. But I don't know. That's what I would do in that
This is the
sense.
third race of the season. I believe Rares has made all 3, and there has been debate about him at the end of all 3. Do you think that's kind of the extent of how far you can let slide?
I'd say so. You gotta prove to everyone that you're capable of not roughing someone up. Like yeah, it's okay to race someone aggressive. It's okay to go trading paints and whatnot, bumper to bumper. It's all right, but there's a limit to how aggressive you could be without just outright pissing off everyone in the field. And I'm pretty sure everyone has something against Rares at this point, and he's not doing himself any favors. What sucks? He has the speed. Yeah, he could race a little bit more cleaner, but you can't really go anywhere with all that speed if all you're doing is causing enemies on the field and just putting a massive target behind your back.
Yeah, for sure. Savage, anything else you want to ask him before we sign off for the day?
That's it.
All right, then. Well, we'll see you in a few weeks' time for Chicagoland. $100 payout to win it. So that should hopefully be a good show. Thanks for talking to us.
All right, thank you.
All right, then. Well, that's about all that's about all we have time for. Overtime finish to end it off in Richmond. A chaotic one at that. Sleesher gets it done. First win for Toyota and Extreme Motorsports of the season. His first win of the season. He's building momentum. Now we turn our eyes to an intermediate, another one in Chicagoland. It's always been a good show. $100 to win. Another 200-mile race, 135 laps. It's just a little bit shorter than that Atlanta race last week. Should be a good show. I'm Chris Zidsell. I was your host for today's event in Richmond. I'm of course joined by Savage. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you for Chicagoland.